Yeah, so you compare this giant 8-foot tall reindeer to the older one that we used to see here all the time. And I like even the older one, they've beefed it up better this year. You got more of the realistic fur on here. This thing is gorgeous. And so of course this one here is $199 for the 4.5-foot reindeer. And you know, for the size of this massive display right here, to get this 8.5-foot towering reindeer for $299, that's actually not that bad a deal. And as tough as this thing is, oh. Now, as I have mentioned to you before, many of these displays are not available in your store, and so you're going to have to click on them and get them online only from the links down in the description. Or if you look into the lower left of your screen where I have the View Products button there, that's where you'll be able to order them also. Wherever I can get them to fit on there, I'll do it for you. And just as a disclosure, folks, anytime you order tools or products through any of our links into Home Depot or Lowe's or Amazon, you know, those are affiliate links, so we get credit for that, and that helps out our channel a little bit. So we appreciate you using our links when you decide to purchase anything. And remember, even if you click on any link we provide and you don't buy that product, but you go on to buy something else, we will still get credit for it. And I like this one here too, the 8-foot tall animated sized toy soldier. And he's got the eyes that light up. I like that animation there, huh? And it's funny because I always thought that Lowe's had the exclusive for Disney Christmas decorations. These are phenomenal. This looks like stuff you would actually see at Disney World, because look at these. So these are like some kind of shiny plastic and real fur as well. So these are $199. So let's see how Mickey looks.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
So you have Mickey, you got Minnie, and the Donald Duck one looks really good.
To you and your kin, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy
So these are all 4 feet tall. Really incredible. These would be great if you have like a big covered porch to stick these out on there. And for those of you dog lovers, they have a lot of really good, these are thin plastic. And I gotta tell you, I mean, the quality of these with the fur and everything on them is really nice. But this Donald Duck is just incredible. It's nice and furry there, and the vest looks real, nice and furry. And just, this is like Disney quality, like you would see if you were actually at Disney World, the way they decorate during the winter time. I can guarantee you, if you had this on your front yard here, you'd be the only person around. Because keep in mind too, a lot of people aren't going to spend this kind of money on these things, but they're usually only 1 or 2 in the store, and they're going to disappear on you. And another really great one you can get here too is this 8-foot tall giant-sized stacked penguins. So this would be a real good one here to put in your front yard. Yeah. This has LEDs on them as well. And this whole setup is $199. So many of these might not be available in your store, so I will put links in the video description down below for you, and wherever I can, I'll put them on the View Products button over here in the lower left of your screen. And it's pretty cool seeing here the 6.5-foot elf next to the 6-foot Grinch. So the Grinch is $199, the elf is $199.
Santa here? I know him. It's that wonderful time of year again when I gather up my list.
Oh, Santa's talking over here too. And he's 6 foot tall also. All of these are $199. And I'll put link to all of these below as well. Try to get the Grinch going here.
Your names are right here. What a fantastic job spreading Christmas cheer.
So that's pretty cool, huh? Then for $149, you got this nice set of 3 ornaments, and they nest inside each other. And the beauty of it is all you got to do is just set it up on the front yard and you're done. So what's really cool about this Santa, it just looks so lifelike and it looks so professional, like something you would see at Disney World. And it's all like really good, tough plastic, 8 feet tall. And this one here, you know, not a bad deal for what it is, for the size of it, $2.99. And these are a pretty good steal here. You can get red, green, or white. So these are 3 feet tall, battery-operated LED jumbo light bulbs. So these are supposed to look like the old C9 light bulbs from back in the day. And these right here are $24.98 each. They got a whole nice floor stack of them here. Yeah, see, because the other thing is I've been filming this over the last few days. This stack has majorly dwindled down already in this store, just to this. So you may run out in your store and your only choice is to get them online. Oh no, they actually have a minion, but this is cool. This looks like something you would see at Disney World. Big in plastic. Look at this guy go. Tough plastic. Here's the box for it right there. Minnie Mouse. And this goes for $1.99. But one thing's for sure, you know, each store basically has 1 or 2 of these. You would have a very rare decoration out in your yard with this one. And then here for $1.49, you have the animated Grinch. Now, I'm of course not going to show you every single tree here because there's too many. I just want to show you the ones that I like the best. Now, I just want to cover a couple of my favorite Christmas trees that they have here this year at Home Depot. And this first one right here is the 12-foot tall twinkling LED Grand Duchess Balsam Fir. Now, what I like about this is this one has the micro LEDs. And what's even better about it is, look at this. It has 4,200 lights on it. Now, you know that my rule of thumb, because I've done this for many years when I used to have my big giant Christmas display out in front of my house, and I know my Christmas lights, folks, but the amount of lights that you should have on a Christmas tree are approximately 200 per foot of tree. So for this 12-foot tall tree, you want to have a minimum of 2,400 lights, and this one beats that very handily. And there's also 7,600 branch tips, and you got a foot pedal and everything, and a remote control. And by the way, these are all quick set right here. Just one plug is all you need. In fact, here is your remote for this 12-foot tall tree right there. So you can change all the colors. You can do whatever you want with this thing. And remember that this 12-foot tree also has the quick set tree. See that? Only one plug. So this Christmas tree is pretty pricey. But, you know, a lot of the 12-footers are, just because they're so rare. They don't make nearly as many of these as they do. They don't have the economies of scale. So if you look here, there's different sizes that you can also get at lower prices than this as well. So I like to see these kinds of trees that have the really tiny ones and lots of these tiny LED lights. So here's another one that's a 7.5-foot version. See, this is the 7.5-foot version of it. And look at this. It's $349, but look, you get 2,200 lights on here, which is pretty good. Of course, my favorite tree in here so far this year is the 7.5-foot Starry Light Fraser fir flocked tree. Now, the flocked trees are the ones that have the simulated snow, and I realize not everybody likes the idea of this, but you know, here in Florida, we don't get snow in South Florida. So yeah, these look really nice here. 1,500 count. It's okay because you should have anywhere between 100 and 200 lights per foot of tree. So when you have the smaller LEDs clustered around like this, and they have them deep in the tree too, it really makes it kind of look almost like a solar system, which is a cool effect. And so just like all of the other trees here, they click together very easily. And this one too also has the remote. See, I can push the different buttons there and change colors. See that? There's different programs you can call up and make it just change all sorts of colors. And here you can see they've also got what looks to be like a 9-foot version of this same tree. See, and this one has 3,000 lights on it as well. And if you watch closely, you can see it running the program. Now the flickering you're seeing is because of the camera. The shutter speed of the camera is matching the LED refresh rates. But see how it's going from multi to white and back again, which to me is just absolutely astounding, because at 9 feet, using my rule of thumb of 200 lights per foot, there should be 1,800 lights. So any amount that you go above that is great. All the better. The more the merrier. Now, if you don't like this much flocking on your tree, then you might like this one. This is another one that I really like because it looks like that just starting to snow look about it. See that? Where you've got just crystals of snow on there and you still see the rest of the green on the tree, in case you don't like all of that white that's right there on that one. So this one here is the 7.5 foot tall Amelia sparkling pine. And I gotta tell you, man, this 9 foot tall version of this Amelia sparkling pine, it's just stunningly beautiful. The only problem is with this one, so this was a little cheaper. See, this one is 600 count lights on it. So to me, 600 lights is way low for a 9 foot tall tree. But then again, some people don't mind that and some people don't mind this look. So do you like this look here, where you can see how it looks a little thin with the lights? Or do you like, for example, this other 9 foot tall tree that you can see has a lot more lights on it? So really it boils down to the preference. Now in terms of your outdoor Christmas decorations, I like this display right here. That's the snowman. And as you can see there, he comes in at $199. Although I do prefer the snowman set at Costco, which I've showed you before, that 4-piece set. That's a really nice set. And then the Santa that's up there next to him is also $199. And then if you want those presents that are in front of him, that's not part of the display. It's a separate one. Those, I believe, are $79. Those are $79. And if you look in the back there, you can see, they have the totem pole of the penguins in the middle. And then on the right, you've got the totem pole of the moose. So here's the totem pole of the penguins right here. And this one here is $129. And then, of course, you have all of your outdoor blow molds and everything. The dogs have gotten really realistic. That's for sure, man. Look at all of these. Sweet. So most of these are $39. And for those of you who like those old school Santas that are really dressed up nice and ornately with the furry costumes, there you go. And these are all also $39. Now let's go check out the Christmas decorations over at Lowe's. And also here at Lowe's, I am digging this giant archway. This would be great to put over the sidewalk in front of your front door, or it's too small for your driveway. But man, I like the way it's very artistically done, and it's very, very Christmassy in theme. It does have a reasonably hefty price tag, and I would not expect it to drop in price. There's probably only one in the store, and many of you won't have it in your store, so you're going to have to buy it online. And all the different types of garlands. So I find every year that usually Lowe's and Hobby Lobby have the best wreaths. And this is probably the biggest high-end inflatable they have this year for $498. It's the Abominable Snowman. This was a nice one, man. Holy cow. This one I definitely would have had in my front yard back in the day. So this is the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Animated Bumble. This tower is 9.75 feet tall. And what's nice about this is it has that realistic fur all over the place on there. Oh, this thing is incredible. Now also here at Lowe's, for your outdoor decorations, is this pretty cute 8 foot tall pop-up Santa. And what I like about it is you can see it's got the real fur on there. It's got the LED lights here. And this one comes in at $279. So again, here's another nice one. This is a pet, a dog, and it's got fur on there, which makes it look more realistic, the poodle. So this is only $59.98. But what I'm really digging back here is this Christmas tree. So this is an 80-inch tall Christmas tree, and it's $129. I like that look there. That looks very kind of like something you would see on the Grinch. And I'll link to this down below for you as well. And then in terms of your outdoor displays, so I like this one here with the ornaments and the gifts. It's a little pricey though, but unfortunately that's just the way things have been the last couple of years with outdoor Christmas decorations. But at least these are sort of one of a kind. You don't see them on everybody's lawn. And same here with the penguins at $129. Now this one right here is adorable. This is the 60-inch tall LED skiing penguins. And it looks like it has a sturdy base for those windy days. But I'm liking the detail on here and the fabric that they've got on these. And this comes in at $129. Now I really love this sign because A, it says Christmas in it instead of Happy Holidays or something like you see a lot of times. But this one here, it's LED rope light that looks like neon. And that's a pretty good price for getting something that big. This thing looks to be about 4 feet long. And the snowman at $99.98, but I prefer the one at Costco better. It comes with a family of 4 snowmen over at Costco. Theirs was much nicer. But this is where Lowe's really excels here, folks, because look at all of this outdoor neon. These are really LED rope lights, but they just look like neon. And back in the day when I was doing that massive display at my house with 60,000 lights and synchronized to music, this would have been, I would have had every single one of these out on my lawn. Because I used to come in and buy all of these big ticket items like these. And just look at this deer, the reindeer, the LED reindeer for $198. These are just totally beautiful. And then you've got the Santa over here, same thing, for $198. He's 6 feet tall. And then as you know, every year, Lowe's usually has the exclusive on the Disney stuff. Showing you real quickly what they've got up here. Everything ranges from $79 up to $199. And here's Mickey and Minnie in their little car there, and that's $139. That's that one right there. So they're really going after the pet lovers here. We got more of the furry critters here. This is a 30-inch LED dogs and a gift box. And this one comes in at $89.98. Now I'm not as happy with the Christmas trees this year as I was in previous years because they've switched to a lot of the larger light bulbs again from the mini LEDs. See, so some of these have these larger bulbs, which I've never been a fan of those. And they've switched back up to the what we call the mini lights, you know, from those super tiny little LEDs that we used to see. And I also noticed this year that Lowe's has brought out a bunch of the skinnier trees too. For those of you that don't have much room, like you have a smaller apartment. And here's a nice one here too. The Mickey Mouse is $299. It's an animatronic, 7 feet tall. And this is probably the best score in here if you want just a small tree. Here's a little 5-foot flocked Briston tree. And it's multicolor, so it can be, you know, white or multicolors. $69.98, folks. And then these two trees are sort of okay. They look realistic with the snow on them. This one has a little bit kind of, I don't like the big C7 lights on there. It's got the snow cones and you can change colors as well. And probably their premier inflatable at Lowe's here for this Christmas in 2024 is, look at that, the Grinch with Max up there, standing there. That's one inflatable, and then the arch behind him is a separate one, and it looks like the entrance to Whoville, and you can see like the Grinch Lane sign built onto it, and then you can see the Grinch there with Cindy Lou. So that one right there you can see is $199. And then the Grinch with the Max is $129. So the interesting thing here is that Lowe's does have a number of thin Christmas trees. So if you're hard up for space in your home or in your apartment or something, look at this. You have a lot of these really skinny Christmas trees here. So for example, here's a 7-foot flocked Greensboro pencil tree. And I like it has the snow effect on there. This one here is $128. It's a bargain tree for sure. and I like the smaller LEDs. Now, there's not a whole huge amount of them on here. There's only 300 LED lights on this entire tree. Well, so that means you got approximately 50 or so per foot, which, you know, I like to see about 100 to 200 per foot of tree. Keep in mind, these are skinnier trees, so they figure that that ratio is probably okay for most people. So you might like this tree. This is not too bad looking, even though I'm not a big fan of these bigger LED lights. But what is interesting about this is it's an eclectic mix of some of the retro sized lights that we used to see on the trees here. So these are the old, what we used to call the mini LEDs. And then this one here, I forget if we used to call these C6, maybe close to even C7. And of course you have the pine cones on here as well, so it's a flocked tree. And so it looks like it has snow on it. So this is called the Albany, and it's $348. So as you compare the trees here at Lowe's, see, I'm starting to see more that have the larger LEDs on them, and my preference is really for the smaller sized ones like these here. See, but the problem is I think that this tree is overpriced. It's a 7.5 foot aspen fir tree design, but really $498 compared to some of the ones that I just showed you at Home Depot. I'm not so sure this is a good deal. Now this one does have 1,400 lights on it, so it's not too bad. So as I look around at these trees here at Lowe's, there's not really one that just stands out to me that I look at it and I go, yeah, I'd love to have that tree. And then here is the 9-foot version of that Albany tree too. Now it is kind of cool because you can make it all white, see that? Or multicolored. See how it changes? So depending on your mood, if you want multicolored, stick with that. Or just let them all change to the clear color. Right there like that. And then this 9-foot version right here is $548. And it's got just 700 lights on it. So, you know, because they went with the bigger lights, you're not going to put as many on there. So it doesn't give me that galaxy look that I'm looking for. Like this tree right here gives you, see that galaxy kind of a look? That's what I look for. And then the only 12-foot Christmas tree in all of Lowe's right now here in the store is this 12-foot version Scotch Pine. Now this one does have the smaller little tiny LEDs, but again, you're only getting 1,400 LEDs on a 12-foot tree. And the tree here is $698.
Now let's look at the Christmas decorations over at Costco.
But this right here is what I've got my eye set on. But this one is nice. 6 feet, 8 inches by 8 feet. And it's the Grinch and Max inflatable. And this is $129.99. I would like to see this go to $99 if it comes on sale. But even then, $129 is still a good price compared to what you would pay for it at Home Depot if they ever got one like this over there. And I've always said Costco and Sam's Club both have the best Christmas trees. And you know what? Even Lowe's sometimes. And once in a while you'll find a decent one at Home Depot, but usually you'll get really good quality trees here. And what makes them such high quality is the amount of lights that you get on them. So this one here is a color changing, and it's pre-lit. It's got 1,850, and I like the micro LEDs better. They look a lot more kind of Christmassy than those older, bigger light bulbs we used to see all the time. What they used to call the mini size. And then the 12-foot tree right here has 4,400 micro LEDs on it. Now my rule of thumb, because I've got a lot of experience with this, folks, Christmas trees should have at least 100 lights per foot. So a 7-foot tree should have a minimum of 700 lights. The more the better, but 700 lights is the minimum, and you don't often see that in the pre-lit Christmas trees that you find in the stores. Here's another great Christmas display for your front yard. This is the 6-foot by 8-foot Bluey and Family inflatable. Not on sale yet because it just came in, but it's $149.99. Now this one I really love. This is a 4.5-foot pre-lit glitter flocked potted tree. Very classy base. I believe this is very similar, or maybe it is the same one we had last year here at Costco. But these are great. If you have a nice big front door, you put 2 of these right outside your front door. These are nice, very classy. And then here's another really good 7.5-foot pre-lit radiant glitter flocked micro LED tree. Again, this one has not as many as that other one that I showed you, but still pretty good. 1,150 micro LED lights. That's almost 200 lights per foot, really, when you think about it. And it looks really cool too, very classy when you have just the warm white lights. And if you don't want one that's locked, you'd get a slightly taller. This is a 9-foot one here, another very classy one, multicolored. And this one has 2,700 micro LED lights on this one. $599.99. This one, you'll probably see it drop down to $500 when it goes on sale. So just keep your eye out for it, folks. And very classic nutcrackers that you'll always find here either at Costco or at Sam's Club every year. They both have the best of the best that you can get. $349.99. These will probably drop down to $299 if they go on sale. And they got a lot in this store. We have 6 of them here in stock. And another one of my favorites. I've always thought that Costco has the best snowmen every year. These aren't those cheesy looking fake things. These look like the real deal. And this right here is the Snowman family. And look, they upgraded. They have a new baby because in previous years we used to see these only in 3s. So now we have a 4-pack, a set of 4. And this Snowman family is $180. Now this gives you a lot of bang for the buck to put in your front yard. If you had nothing else other than this would make your house look 1,000,000% better. Hey, looking for more good Christmas goodies? Check this one. If you're looking for more Christmas goodies, check this one out. This is that 5-foot penguin with LED lights, and I love the candy cane on there. Nice touch. 390 lights on this, and it's $129. And for those of you with the artistic flair, this is the Twinkle Tree with LED fairy lights on it. 7 feet tall, $139.99. This would go good like in the corner, right next to your sofa. And this is really nice too. This is a 48-inch plush snowman, all furry and everything. Nice. This would be good to put right in your porch outside the front door. This guy here is $99.99. And then right next to it we have the 10-foot cone tree with the lights. I am of course referring to this. This is nice. 10 feet tall. It's like a mega tree.